Hey everybody, it's Miss Marcy and welcome back. So, it looks like Robert Kelly, better known as R. Kelly, has landed himself in the news and on the blogs. What is he in the news and on the blogs for this time? Same shit he was in the news and on the blogs for the last time. And that is messing with girls in an inappropriate manner. Now, the only difference is this time the girls are not really underage. Actually, they're not underage at all. I think the youngest is about 18. Other than that, these girls are ages 31, 26, 25, 19, and 18. So let's take it over to ABC News real quick, and I'll be right back.
Disturbing allegations against R. Kelly. Report in BuzzFeed details allegations the singer is holding 6 women against their will at his homes. The parents of one of those women spoke out at a press conference Monday. ABC's Gio Benitez here with the details. Good morning, Gio.
George, good morning to you. The father of a 21-year-old Georgia woman told cameras yesterday he texted R. Kelly to let my daughter free, as another woman who says she lived at one of his properties also spoke out, saying she had always defended the music superstar until she got behind closed doors. I believe I can fly. R. Kelly has decades worth of hit singles, one of the most successful R&B artists in history, collaborating with some of the world's biggest names in music. But this morning, he's on the defensive, vehemently denying allegations first published in this BuzzFeed article that he's keeping at least 6 women under so-called cult-like conditions in his luxurious homes in Chicago and Atlanta.
My daughter's severely brainwashed.
The parents of one of those women coming forward in a press conference Monday, they claim they met the famous singer and producer in 2015, Kelly offering to help their then 19-year-old daughter break into the business. But they say once she started spending time alone with him, she changed, not seeing them since December of 2016 and only communicating in a few short texts.
My daughter is being held against her will.
She's brainwashed to the point where she says anything that he asks her to say.
Timothy and John Jalen Savage filing this December 2016 police report in Georgia obtained by ABC News, saying they believe their daughter is a part of the R. Kelly cult and that she is stuck and in trouble.
I know about the history of groupie culture. This is not that. I think it's very, very different by an order of magnitude and an order of the disturbing allegations that our sources have made to us at BuzzFeed.
This woman claims she was a member of R. Kelly's entourage and saw the singer exercise dominating control over women.
Permission to shower, to eat, permission to go from one room to the next. He really manipulates your mind because of who he is and his fame.
R. Kelly's attorney telling us in a statement, Mr. Kelly is both alarmed and disturbed at the recent revelations attributed to him, and that Mr. Kelly unequivocally denies such allegations. After the Savages filed another police report this January in Illinois, officers did do a wellness check on their daughter, speaking with her at Kelly's Chicago recording studio. They say she told them she was fine and just didn't want to be bothered with her parents. And police say she appeared to be in good physical health. Overnight, the woman telling TMZ she is fine and is not being held against her will. Still, her parents say they just aren't buying it.
We just want him to release her and let her go on with her life.
And meanwhile, those parents say they are working with the FBI and local police departments and that they plan to present more evidence to support their claims.
Okay, so now that you guys have heard that, TMZ actually caught up with the alleged captive victim, 21-year-old Jocelyn Savage herself. And I want you guys to listen to what she had to say.
I'm 21. I'm about to be 22 in about 5 days. And I just mainly want to say that I'm in a happy place with my life and I'm not being brainwashed or anything like that. You know, it just came to a point where it definitely has gotten out of hand. So, you know, I just want everybody to know, my parents and everybody in the world, that I am totally fine. I'm happy where I'm at and everything is okay with me.
So you are not being held against your will or doing anything that you do not want to do?
Oh, no, not at all. Never been held hostage or anything like that in that nature. Never.
So why is it now that your family's coming forward and saying this, and they've asked for a welfare check and everything like that? Why do you think now?
I personally, I don't really know what's going on with that, so I wouldn't want to answer that at this moment. The last time I spoke to my parents may have been about a good on and off for about a good 6-5 months. I haven't really spoken to them because of everything they've been causing problems in my life, about saying I've been hostage and being held against my will and stuff like that, because I'm very heartbroken of what's going on with this situation, because it's getting to a point where it's getting too much out of hand. You know, me having to deal with this and me being 22, it's just, you know, it's just not right. So I haven't spoken to them mainly in about 5 to 6 months, really, on and off. I mean, they'll, you know, text me from time to time, but I haven't really wanted to speak to them because of what they're doing.
Are you currently in Georgia, or where are you?
I'm not. No, I'm not. I wouldn't want to speak on that.
Okay. Are you with other roommates? Are you free to go from where you are?
No, I want to speak on that as well.
Okay, now that y'all have heard all of the audio clips, now let me tell y'all what I think about all of this. First of all, let's not forget that R. Kelly is no stranger. Like I said earlier in my in this commentary, he's no stranger to having run-ins with the law when it comes to these women, especially these young girls. Now, like I said, these girls this time, they aren't particularly very young, although they are young compared to him. This R. Kelly is 50. So did y'all notice how she tried to say that this is disturbing to her or something along the lines of that? Now, R. Kelly made the same type of statement. His representative said that Mr. Kelly is both alarmed and disturbed at the recent revelations attributed to him. The statement also said Mr. Kelly unequivocally denies such allegations and will work diligently and forcibly to pursue his accusers and clear his name. First of all, that girl, Jocelyn, sounds very... First of all, you can tell she was nervous as fuck. You could tell she had been coached on what to say and what not to say. She was nervous as hell. Now, I'm not saying that she's being held against her will, but it does seem like there's some manipulation going on. And see, that's the thing about older men and younger women. A lot of times we as women, sometimes we want to date older men or deal with older men because we feel like men our age are very immature, because, they say men mature slower than women. So we deal with these older men. And one of the problems that you run into with that is manipulation, because the older man feels that he's older, he has more game, he has more knowledge, and they pretty much know that a lot of times women just want to feel special and taken care of and feel secure, even young women. So that's where that mental manipulation comes in. So to me, that's what it seems like that's going on. Again, I can't say that these girls are being held, against their will, because, first of all, they pretty much are of age to make decisions. And I think if they were being held against their will, I don't think the parents would have a hard time getting them back. You see what I mean? And yeah, like I was trying to say before, is that R. Kelly's no stranger to this type of stuff. So this thing with him, I believe he has some type of sickness. I don't know what went on in his childhood, but he just really seems like he has a thing for younger women. And it's no secret. Now, I will say this. R. Kelly's not the only older man that likes to mess with young girls. Okay. It's just that when that tape got slipped into the police department many years ago, that's always been something that stuck with him. But he was just exposed of his shit. But it's so many men, celebrities and non-celebrity men, that mess with young women. I'm not saying this right, but I'm just saying he's not. He's in good company, So it was back in December that Jocelyn's parents basically told the police department that they needed to do a search for Jocelyn because her parents had not seen her in 3 weeks. And it had been 5 days since they had been in communication with her via text. So they had the police department to do a search in the place that they believed she was living, which they understood to be rented by R. Kelly. But when the police went over there, nobody was home. So far, R. Kelly has not been charged of any of these crimes. All of these women, which this story originally broke in BuzzFeed News, all of the women, like I said, they are above the age of consent. So it's really only so much the police can do. Now, another young lady, Asante McGee, she was actually quoted in the article as well. She basically said that she was a part of his inner circle for 3 years. So he's been doing this shit for a while, allegedly. Now she said that during the time she saw and participated in acts that she did not agree with, though she did not specify what the acts were. But her statement was this. She said, he really manipulates your mind because of who he is and his fame. These girls have been in so long that they will need help because of the things he puts in your head. This man is really got issues. Now, when he married Aaliyah, he was 27. And like I said, she was 15. Then 2 years after that, Tiffany Hawkins filed a lawsuit against R. Kelly as well as his record publishing and management companies. She claimed that she suffered from personal injuries and emotional damage from their alleged sexual relationship, which at the time she was 15 and R. Kelly was she was 15 and he was still 27, and it ended when she was 18. But that case was settled out of court right along with the lawsuit that was brought in 2001 by the former Epic Records intern Tracy Sampson, who claimed that she began a sexual relationship with R. Kelly when she was 17. R. Kelly was not charged in that case either. Then in 2002, R. Kelly was charged with 21 counts of child pornography, which was related to his alleged videotaping of himself having sex with those underage girls, unidentified girls. And that was the case that went to trial in 2008, in which he was acquitted on. So yeah, you see, my thing is, I always say this, where there's smoke, there's fire. If all of these women are alleging to have had some type of relationship with him at a young age, I believe it might be some truth to it. Jocelyn's father thinks that she is experiencing Stockholm Syndrome, and that's what it seems like. And my thing about this whole thing is this. Given R. Kelly's background and his past, as a parent, why would you even want your daughter to even work with him? Ugh. According to the article in the BuzzFeed, these women live with R. Kelly and they are required to call him Zaddy. He calls them his babies. They have to ask for his permission to leave the Chicago recording studio or their assigned rooms, which is in the guest house that R. Kelly rents out, which is near his mansion in suburban Atlanta. So basically, I think he's selling these women dreams. Oh, I'm going to help your career. They said that he told one of them he was going to help her singing career like he did Aaliyah, which one of the moms of one of those girls, who she basically was not identified, she said that her daughter was 19 when she met R. Kelly's 50-year-old ass back in 2015. The mother said she hoped that R. Kelly would help her daughter's singing career, and instead she alleged that her daughter moved into to R. Kelly's home soon after she met him. Now here's my thing. Like I said, as a parent, given his past, why the fuck would you let your child work with him? I think to some extent, that mama, I can't speak for the rest of the parents that's daughters are involved in this, but that particular mother, I think she thought she was going to get some money or something, because why would you let your 19-year-old daughter work with him? I don't care if she is grown. My child wouldn't be working with his ass. So I just think at the end of the day, it's a crazy ass situation. I do believe there is some truth to some of this. This is just my personal opinion. And it's a shame because R. Kelly is such a, child. Let me tell you, I grew up in the 90s, okay? I came up listening to R. Kelly's music, okay? And this man, For those young people who don't know, this man had the 90s and even some of the 2000s. He had the R&B game on lock. You know, I remember, oh my gosh, when Bump and Grind came out, oh my God, ooh-wee, child. But he's a musical genius. He really is. But I think he needs to refrain from calling himself the Pied Piper as well, especially with all this mess going on with him and these girls. But it's almost like he believes in that sick, twisted shit. Like he believes he really is the Pied Piper. I mean, look how he's conducting himself. And then, you know, you got the whole Trapped in the Closet series where he just seems like he really, I don't know, like he kind of twisted in his own way. Oh, shoot. But musically, he is a genius. I will not take that from him. You just never know what people's deep down demons and deep down issues are. He definitely seems like he has a lot of them. But that's all I wanted to say about this situation. I think it's sick and I think it's twisted, and I hope that these girls end up coming to their senses and going home. I didn't like how the girl Jocelyn, how she was in that video. It seemed like you could just tell she is in a place where she probably shouldn't be. I mean, it just didn't even look right. So let me know your thoughts on this whole situation, and thank you so much for tuning in. Again, my name is Miss Marcy. Until next time, peace.